非常感谢教育部高等教育深耕计划来补助我们今天这一系列的这个人工智能、大数据、化学制裁竞赛的系列演讲。那今天的讲者是 VR Licensing Alliance 的总经理 Dr. Haibing Gan。那他今天所要演讲的题目是 Management and Operation of Enterprise Intellectual Property Asset 企业智慧财产权运作与管理。那么在演讲之前呢，请容我先介绍甘海滨总经理卓越的资历，那让同学未来在职涯规划的时候可以有一个非常卓越的典范可以学习。我是英国皇家化学会的这个院士王美心哦，那么我是在这个 WIPO 的这个Summer School 里面呢，跟甘总很荣幸是一同授过课，那所以甘总今天也很愿意来到我们这个云林科技大学帮我们做这样一个讲座。那甘总呢有超过20年的这个资深管理经验，在这个 Fortune 500的公司。那甘总呢，他工作过的公司呢，比如说 Motorola、Alcatel、Technicolor 跟 Dolby Laboratory。那另外呢，在有关于智慧产权的这边，他非常令我们很惊艳的履历，就是他是这个 IMT 2020 5G 标准专利跟标准专利池的这个专家委员群里面的委员哦。然后呢，他也是World Internet of Things IoT 专利池 Formation Team 里面的这个专家。另外呢，他也是这个 World Renowned AAC Standard Essential Patent Pool and Global Authorization Company 的这个首席中国代表。那另外呢，他还是这个3G Digital Audio、Ampere Active 跟 EVS Audio Technology Global Standard Essential Patent Pool 的这个专家。那另外呢，他也是海南 Intellectual Property International Trading Center 的这个专家。另外呢，他还是这个Yangtze River Intellectual Property Development Alliance 的这个联席主席。那么他也是上海浦东 Intellectual Property Association 的这个Intellectual Property Operation 的 Director。那刚刚说过，他跟我一起在这个 WIPO Summer School， 我们其实一起有2年，就是在这个 Summer School 里面一起做这个 lecture， 给全球的这个同学做这个教育。那另外呢，他也是这个 Guest Professor of China Jinan University。Professor Gan, the floor is yours. You can proceed now.
My name is Gan Haibing. I'm very glad to share my thoughts of IP from industry view to all of you this evening. Currently, I'm working in VR Licensing Alliance. It is the largest licensing company in the world. This company is based in US, and we have the global office, including in UK, US, and Asia, Japan, and China. So today I want to share with you my thoughts about how to view IP, asset management.
Recording stopped.
And
Recording in progress.
And IP operation from industry view. So actually, in this lecture, I would like to also integrate, our companies, some successful stories to share the real case with all of you. You can see VRL, it's a company, it's for licensing, it's particularly in the high-tech industry, and also it's also in entertainment, and also in mobile wireless video, audio technology, communication technology, and broadcasting. Yeah, I will also. This is also I share with you that I will explain to you why this company is very successful in IP management and operation. You can see from these slides, you can see the partnership of this company. this is what are the facts that leading the company to be successful. And you can see the signal line. These are the Apple, Google, Microsoft. All these companies are top, companies, revenue in the world, and they are willing to give the patents to via LA to licensing out. It means they can also license themselves. Why they share, to give their patent to this, professional, company. So we can think about it, and you can also see these slides, and the patents from the VIA is also not only from US, also from the global, like in Europe, like Ericsson, Siemens, Nokia, also like in Asia, like Samsung, Korea, and Sony, it's Japan, also from China, China Mobile, and China, Lenovo. So you can see this. I would like to you take it in mind. I will explain in the later, lecture, later, discussion with you. So this is why the secrets of the IP management and the operations. So next I will introduce the IP assets management and operation from 5 sections. One is I will share with you current situation and the challenge of IP assets management and operation in China. Okay, welcome, Jay. This China is one of the I think maybe what you are interesting for the China situations. And second section is about IP assets management. Okay, what's the key things to be successful to manage IP assets in enterprise? If you enter IP in one company. And third part is IP assets operation, how to operate the IP assets, how to commercialize, make money for your company through the IP assets. And the number 4 is about the global licensing model and the key points. This is one of the approach of IP asset operation. Okay, and the last part is it's also very key. It's very key that in the IP commercialize, the pool licensing model is the modern trend and also is well used in the world. So VIA is one of the leading company to license the patent, commercialize patents, with full model. So I will give you a case how VIA, to commercialize the patents. Okay, that the partnership with other global companies. Okay, so let's move to the section 1. Let's see the position of the current. Let's take China example. What's the current situation and the challenge of IP assets management and operation in China? Actually, this is not only for China. I just want to take China an example to show you the current challenge and points that the IP assets management operation in the world. Okay. Let's see China. Actually, I think many countries, including China, the governments pay a lot of attention to the IP assets operations. And recent years, China issued a lot of policies to emphasize and pay attention to support the IP assets operations and commercialization. For example, I just listed 2 documents issued by the China National IP Administration. Okay, in the left, it focusing to say increasing support for subscription patent applications, administrative protection, and the public service. On the right side, you can see it says provide a high-level service to promote IP assets operations. Okay, and from the China, high level of the top management of China government, China issue very important, documents. It said, to build up a strong IP countries, 2021 to 2035. This is very famous documents in China. This time issued in 2021 September. And you can see in the Article 3, it says it has the very specific numbers to design China's IP trends. You can see the red lines. The added value of patent incentive industry will account for 30% of the GDP, and also China would like to annual IP licensing revenue and licensing in and licensing out royalty reach out to 350 billion. Okay, it's the big amount. Okay. So by this target by 2025, and by 2035, China would like to become a world-class IP country. Okay, so you can see, China has a lot of ambitions to improve China IP situations to a world-class countries. Actually, this is not this kind of the outline not issued by only by the China government. Actually, Japan government, Korea government, US, European already issued this kind of the similar IP policy. And let's see, let's see the current situation. They have ambitions. Let's back to the current, status. Okay, currently, US is still the leading IP company, and they have the highest income from patent licensing operation in the world. Okay, currently, total, the US is a big surplus from the licensing business. The surplus in recent years has remained between 80 million to 990 billion. US dollars. And let's see the China. Let's see the number 2018. China currently paid out, around 35.6 billion US dollars and paid out its licensing in China. Get the license from the other foreign companies. Okay, and every year there continue growth. Okay. And let's see that the license out. License out means China have they license their technology to the other countries. Okay, it's only 5.6 billion US dollars. So compare the licensing in, it's only 1/6 of licensing in value. So generally, China, the IP trade is under the deficit situation. So the deficit amount is 30 billion US dollars. Okay, so this is the current situation. Let's see this graph. Okay, the red bar, it represents the licensing in that China are licensing in every year since 2009 to 2018. Continuous growth for licensing. It means China continue to licensing in the technology from the foreigners. This is consistent with the situation that we see, right? And let's see the green bars. Okay, this is a license out. It's also continuous grow up. It means China with more than 10 years encouragement and the IP innovation. China, more and more China enterprise firms, have more and more great IP assets. So they have ability to license out to other countries' firms. Okay, so this is the current situation. And let's put the China and the US in the global view. Okay, let's see this map. Okay, so I selected the top 18 countries in the world. Let's see the licensing out. Okay, the top one is the US. It's the total 10 years. The total license out, make money from the licensing business, commercialized license from the IP operation. Total amount is 1,200 billion US dollar. Okay, then second one, then you can see China is listed in the number 18. Okay, The total 10 years licensing out is around 17 billion. So it's about 1.4% of the US. Okay, this is the current position. So except for the numbers comparison, let's also see the some operation concept currently between US and China. You can see for when we say patents operation in the US, it means industry the three big categories. One is industrialization. It means firms use the patents or the IP assets to use in the business side, okay, directly. Second, means for the patents, they use for the manufacturer themselves or other companies, okay, to use the patent for the for making, okay, or use. And the second category is commercialized. I call it commercialized. The major commercialized here is the licensing and the transaction, trading, okay. And the third sector is we call it financialization. It means like IP investment, pledge, trust, securitization, insurance, okay. And in the US, they pay most of the part of the IP operation in the licensing. It's like it's licensing, okay, activities. Licensing occupies over 50% of the activities in the US IP operation. And financialization accounts a small portion of the US IP operation. Let's see China. But see China, if you live in China and if you know that China, licensing industry, you will see that in China, people more like talk about, finalization, like, pledge, and, securitization using, IP, So this is a kind of a bit of difference, okay? And in licensing in China, actually, is not too much company make money from these, activities. Let's see this comparison, US and China. I put industrial operation, commercial operation, and the financialization operation. For industrial operations, okay, US is very mature so far, and China is also good, very well. It doing very well and developing very fast. And for the commercial operation, I mean the licensing and transaction trading. In the US, it's very mature. A lot of companies make money from the licensing and the trading. Okay, in China, honestly to say, not too much company or seldom company to make money from the licensing. Okay, so far. The third part is the financialization. For this part, it's opposite. Okay, and US is very cautious, and still underdeveloping. But China is relatively hot. Okay, and if you read the news, you can see, this company get a pledge from the bank. This company get using their patents to get a pledge, something like that. Okay, so it's little different. Okay, but my view. Okay, let's share my view on this situation. I think from my view, I think it's not good if your basic operation are not developed. For example, if the licensing activities and the trading are not very mature, then you begin to develop financial operation. I think this is not healthy because as we know that IP, one of the character of the IP is that not stable. Okay, so you can see if the bank loan several millions to you based on one IP or several IP assets. This should be based on very accurate IP valuation of this patent. these patents. Okay, on the contrary, as we know, IP valuation is still not mature. So if we use the not mature assets to get loan from the bank, it's really risky for the bank. Okay, it's my point of view. Share with you. Okay, you can think about it. Okay, let's see the problem and the challenges. Okay, so currently, this is not only China, okay, but all the world. Okay, a lot of more and more disputes, okay, happens in the lawsuits, litigations happened in the industry, and IP currently becomes very important tools, okay, to in the competition market, okay, and companies use the IP to attack their opponents, okay, their rivals, not only to themselves, also to attack their supply chain upstream and downstreams, okay, and to get competition advantages. Maybe you can a little confused, why they attack the upstreams and the downstreams, why it will impact their opponent's business. Let me give an example. Okay, for example, if the Samsung, if Samsung and the Apple, they also produce the high-end smartphone, right? All like Huawei. Okay, those three companies produce are very famous, smartphone brands, suppliers. So Apple can, if Samsung have the patents or IP assets, they can cut off, Huawei's supply, upstream supply. I mean, they can attack their supplies companies of Huawei using their patents. It means if they can make cut off their suppliers, it means nobody can supply the parts to Huawei. So it will hurt Huawei's mobile phone business. So this is an example, okay? And from the other side, for example, Huawei's competitors can attack them. Huawei's customers like dealers, okay? They can sue them the infringement of their patents, and if the dealers exit from the market, so Huawei cannot ship their cell phones. Okay, so this is just an example. Currently the litigation not only to the companies themselves, also to the whole supply chain. Okay, and for China, when they go overseas, they are facing more and more serious, litigations. Okay, and also some cases are very famous in the history. Also, right now, for example, in the history, I don't know whether you have the one brand. 10 years ago, it was very, very famous. HTC. It's the Taiwan company, Taiwan-based mobile phone companies, and they are competitive, and their Apple, attack, HTC to infringe, because HTC infringed their patents. Okay, and they paid a lot of compensations. Okay, and damages, to Apple, Nokia, and Samsung. Okay, so this really hurt HTC, and it also impacted their shipments, because for the mobile phone products, they have the models, the lifetime, life cycle is very short, only half year, 6 months, or 1 year. If you get litigations and you got the injunction, then your phone, your this model not easier to sell anymore. Okay, so now another example currently for Oppo. If if you read the news about IP industry, Nokia and Oppo case in litigation are very, very famous right now and hot right now. And they have the, global litigation each other on 5G. Okay. So all these litigation really challenges the current, enterprise in phones. Okay. Okay. I just listed some famous litigation happening in China. You can see in China, 2020, September 11th. Okay, in the Huawei and the Conversion case, China, Supreme People's Court of China issued a first anti-suit injunction in the field of IP rights. Okay, this is really got controversial in the world. Okay. Because this is a lot of debate whether one country can judge, over, one country's, jurisdictions and the rights to issue anti-suit injunctions. Okay, so currently this issue is still a lot of debates right now. So another case in 2021, it's Sharp and Oppo case. Okay. And China has a jurisdiction over the SEP global rates. Okay, this is also judged from ruled from the Chinese Supreme Court. This also caused controversy around the world because as we know that so for the patents, when we grant patent, there is had a geography limit. Okay, for China only had granted patent rights in China area. Okay, but this is not the first. China is not the first country to issue the global rate. Okay, SEP global rate. Actually, the UK court already issued a global rate. China just followed the UK rate. What I mean is that this is out of our knowledge that patent has the according to patent law. Patent has the geography limitation of the rights. Okay, right? So we can think about this a lot of challenges. Okay, and also the a lot of debates that it's also not only the litigation of the IP, also currently escalate to the country to countries. Okay, like European Union. Okay, filed a lawsuit to WTO against the China Supreme People's Courts. Okay. In the Huawei and the Conversion case, and another case just I mentioned that Oppo, Vivo had the litigation with the Nokia. This if you are interested for this case, you can follow up with them because currently still in the currently still ongoing, and this will also shape the 5G technology and 5G, industry in the world. So I would like you to follow up with this case. This case happened in parallel, implication in the global 12 countries. Okay, so what I share with this information is that let you know how difficult and the challenges are currently for IP management and operation in the world. Okay. So, so next section 2, I want to share with you how what's the IP assets management. Okay, I want to share some basic points. Way that when we talk about IP, okay, I think that these days you already got a lot of lectures from other professors and experts. And my understanding that when we talk IP, IP rights, I think the first point that comes out is that it's the legal issue. Okay, I think actually I would like you to attention that IP actually have the due attribution. Okay. One is the legal attribution, one is the commercial attribution. Okay, definitely it's the legal attribution because for IP, it's the right of the IP assets from the law. Okay, if the law does not grant the rights to the owners, okay, it means no assets, no IP assets, not like substantial tangible assets. You can occupy the assets like a house. You occupy it in history, in our customs. You own the house. Okay, people will not, usually people will not, invade it. Okay, but for the IP assets, you cannot occupy it physically. So we need the law to grant the rights to the owners. Then the owners have these rights, these asset rights on the legally. Okay, so I listed these, the regulations and the laws. You can see, actually, for the patent law, the first patent law, is from 1474. All right, but for China, you can see, and for the copyright, first copyright is 1710. But for China, it's quite late. For China, the first trademark law is issued in 1980s. Okay, and the first patent law also 1984, and the copyright is quite late, 1990s. Okay, and so let's see, when we talk about the legal attribution and commercial attribution, I give examples. Okay, Galileo, okay, it's a famous scientist. Okay, so Galileo, Galileo very pay attention for the rights of the IP. So when he has the innovation, he applied for he applied for the rights from the countries. Okay, and you can see the red lines here. This is a very early patent law, but you can see this. It's very it includes key points, which is similar with the terms, the articles in our current law. You can see, okay, the consensus is granted to Mr. Galileo for the space of the next, you can see 20 years. Okay, then grant to him and his agents. Okay, his son, his kids. Okay, and the rights to make, have made, or make everywhere to use the device invented by himself, make and use. So you can see, okay, this is the original patent law. So this is the patent. Okay, IP had the legal attributions. Okay, so this is also I like these words from the Abraham Lincoln. Okay, this is combined the legal and the commercial attribution. Abraham Lincoln says, okay, patent system change the situation, secure to inventors a limited time, exclude the use of it. The famous word here, therefore, added the fuel of the interest to the fire of genius. Just we say, okay, it's very, I think it's very good sentence. Okay, it means you get commercialized and get paid. Okay, from your innovations. We also encourage your innovation by the law. Okay, so this is a very good sentence. Let's back see the China. We know that China just issued the civil code, China civil code. So it's very clear to regulate, specify that you can have the rights from the works, inventions, okay, trademarks, or geographic indications, trade secrets, layout designs, new variety of plants, So it's regulated in the China Civil Code, okay, for IP rights. So this is, we also know that for the IP rights, not only it has it's not only personal rights, also the property rights. This is what we call the economic rights, right? Okay, so for the IP rights, the type, there are several types, but the core rights of the IP rights, there are 4. Okay, in the firms, in the enterprise, usually we talk about most of the IP rights are the 4 IP rights. One is the patent rights. Okay, the patent rights, just we said, because usually enterprise use the patent rights to enhance their competition. Just I mentioned that to compete in the market. This is one of the major rules. Okay, why they hold IP. Another core right, IP rights, is the trademark rights. Okay, the purpose is the purpose of the IP trademark rights is the protector of the brands. Okay, particularly why should be the responsibility of crediting down the counterfeiters. Okay, to protect their goodwills. The third right, IP right, is copyright. Okay, because the many country the enterprise protect their software using copyright to protect their software. And currently, still a lot of copyright infringements in the red line. Okay. The fourth one is the trade secrets. Trade secret country has not a separate law. Okay, in China, it's protected through the competition law. But according in the firms, trade secret is much more important than honestly than patent rights, because a lot in the firms, a lot of technology information and business information protect them through the trade secrets. Okay, so secret purpose of secret not it just is the major role is to protect the core technology and business, not for the purpose of attacking opponents. Okay, so it's a difference between trade secrets and patent rights. It's totally different. Okay, let's see the methods of acquiring and reserving IP rights. Usually, firms acquire and reserve IP through the several approaches. One is the independent research and development. Okay, it's easier to understand. Okay, for the patents. Okay, firms usually, enterprise usually organize the R&D team and invest the money and the resource to develop a lot of new technologies. It consumes quite a lot of the companies efforts. Like Huawei, every year they invest for even 25% of revenue in the R&D, and for ZTE also invest 10% of the R&D to develop the new technologies. It's quite a lot of money. Okay, so this is the heavy investment. For the brand, it's easier to understand the firms to design own brand themselves. Okay, and the second approach to acquire the patents and the IP is joint development. And joint development, two solutions. One is the entrust others to develop. But I would like to for this approach, I would like you to pay attention that it's better to sign the agreement before you begin to develop new technology, because it's very important, not only to it's very important to regulate, to specify, who will get rights after, you get the patents. Okay. If you have no agreement, if you have no, deal before development, that the owner, the patent, the rights of the patent should belong to the actual completed trustees, not you to invest money to the project. So you should be very careful on this one. So second approach, second solution for joint development is the cooperative development. It's easier to understand. It means, both company to invest the money and the teams, okay, labors, engineers, to develop one new technologies. In this case, it's easier to understand the right of the patents, belong to both companies. Okay. So third approach for the to acquire the IP is business transaction. Okay, it means you can this is also very popular in the firms currently. You can get the rights from the you can get the rights through from the purchasing. Okay, you can also get a use right. So the license, you can license from other company, the license source. Okay, you can also merge and acquire other companies and get their rights of the IP. Like the famous case is Google merged the Motorola. Okay, actually, when Google merged the Motorola, they're not interested to their tangible assets. What they are most interested in is Motorola's IP assets. Okay, so after they merged the Motorola's assets, they got a bunch of the patents, because Motorola has a lot is famous of the patents for the wireless communication patents. So Google got a lot of these patents. They also began to manufacture their Google phones. Okay, because they don't worry about the other company to sue them, because they have also mobile the patents to countersue the other plaintiff. So this is one solutions to get the acquired patents. Okay, and another one is that you can invest in IP rights through the investing. It means you can invest in one high-tech company, and the shareholders you can use the patents or other IP assets. Okay, when you can write down clearly, make the arrangement in the way before you invest the companies. Okay, so these are all the approach that he can get the rights of the IP. However, when you approach, these, solutions to get, acquired IP, I would like you to keep some key points to consider in your mind. Okay, when you get one IP, you have considered whether this IP is full coverage of rights. What I mean, why this is very important, Okay, if the patent portfolio is widely covered your business and products, it means you get very good we call it patent blanket. Okay, so this should be very good to protect your rights, and also good to improve your market competition. Okay, And the second fact I would like to remind you to put in the mind is that when you purchase or when you acquire some patents, you should consider stability of the rights. Because other way know that I also mentioned, for the IP rights different with the tangible assets. Okay, it's not sometimes some assets, some IP assets not stable. For example, for the patents, if the patent is not stable, it's easier to be invalid by the others. Okay, if you invalid it, okay, then the assets of the patent is zero. So it's quite important to value whether the IP rights is stable or not. Even, for example, trademark. Okay, if the trademark is not stable, not unique. Okay, not distinguished. It's easier to be invalid. Okay, so this is the fact you have considered. Second one fact is the visualization of infringement behavior. What's mean the visualization of the infringement behavior? Why we get the patents? One of the reasons is that of course to improve our competition in the market. Another is that we use it to sue others, right? For sue the infringers, and but if it's not easier to convince that the infringer infringed your patents, it will create a lot of cost, and make you very difficult, to get to win the case. Okay, so visualization, it means it's easier to get evidence to convince that the infringer infringed your IP. Okay, so for example, in the patents, if it's the SEP, we call standard insertion patents. Okay, it's very easier, to judge, to see whether you infringe the patents. If because it's a standard insertion patents. Okay, if in your manuals, if you say, okay, your product is standard products, okay, meet some standards of standard technologies, it's easier to say, it's easier to prove that you infringe the patent owners who has this standard insertion patent. Okay, so I just give you this example. Okay, another fact I want to consider is that avoidability of rights. Okay, it means that the patent, we call it patent around. If some patents, it's easier to work around, then it's very difficult for you to use these patents to protect your products, to compete in the market, in the market. So this is also the fact you have to consider in your mind. Okay. Another point is extension of rights. Okay. So this is what I also shared with you, that you have the rights, that the rights, it's very covered. It can cover the scope, can cover the also to the upstream and the downstream, in the supply chain. Then it's a good patent. It's deserved for you to purchase it. Okay, because you cannot only sue your opponents, the competitors, but also you can use the patent to sue the upstream, suppliers of your competitors. Also, you can sue the customers of your competitors. This really this will really creative the pinfall to your competitors, and and also it will force the competitor to keep, even it will force your competitor to exit from the market. Okay, so this is another point I will share with you. Okay, so after we realize, after we understand that the effects of the patents, when you acquire the patents, next we need to I want to share with you that how the firms how many IP ownership in the firms. Okay, so when you have chance to be IP head of a firms, when you design the ownership of patents, it's very important to know the different models currently we have. Okay, because according to a lot of different companies, organization, and the actual situations, we can arrange the ownership of the IP, assets, in the companies. Also, if your company is very, concentrate, if it's concentrate in the head of the company, and the sub companies, has a limited management capability. Okay, this is also the case in the many firms. Okay, for the usually if IP teams, sitting in the headquarters, and for sub companies, they have the limited IP resource. Okay, because of the budget control. Okay, in this situation, I suggest you use the centralized ownership architecture. It means that you can put all the patents ownership and management under the centralized. Okay, under the headquarters, not rather than in the sub companies, because in the sub company you have no IP experts to prosecute, use, and operate the IP assets. Okay, it's not efficient. So you can move all the assets out from IP assets from all the subsidiaries to the headquarters. Then in the headquarters they have a very solid and very strong IP team to prosecute and operate and manage the IP and commercialize the IP assets. Okay, so this is the one situation. Second one we call it decentralized. So we can see that decentralized means that you can it means if all the subsidiary companies have the very independent, they have the independent IP team. Okay, in these occasions, okay, you can put the IP assets in each sub companies. Okay, in the currently in the industry, this scenario is not quite a lot. Okay, but still some firms have this scenario. Okay, this is number two. Okay, number three, IP ownership architecture is we call it parallel ownership structure. It's similar like a decentralized ownership scenario too. It's just because the mother company and the sub companies, they all have a strong IP team. Okay, so it means IP ownership and the management can be arranged, can be put, in each individual, mother company and the sub companies. Okay. The number four model is we call a hybrid. Okay, hybrid means currently it means the ownership we put the situation like that. The sub company has not professional IP management team, but because of some reasons, the subsidiary needs the IP assets rights, okay, ownership. So in this is the situation. This situation also very often some cases happen because for the sub companies they need to do like bidding, okay, attend the bidding, and in the bidding if we have to if you bidding usually they have some bidding criteria, okay. Say criteria, one of the criteria is that you have how much IP assets rights in your company. So in these situations you have to own the assets. So but actually for the management, the IP management, the sub company have not too much strong teams. So in this case we can arrange the IP. We can manage IP assets ownership like that. Okay, let the sub company, specific sub company, own the IP assets, but the headquarters still manage all the IP. Okay, centralize the management rules in the headquarters. So this is the number 4 case scenario. So number 5, is legal ownership structure. In some firms, in real life, this kind of situation that when sub companies plans to IPO, okay, according to IPO criteria, they need to show that they have the high-tech companies, something like that. It means they have to show how many patents they have. So it means they need this, they need a much more patents or IP rights, like brands, trademarks, and the copyrights, in the company. It will help the sub company to go for IPO. Okay, in this case, usually this kind of a case also happen often. In this kind of case, usually the group company will put all the assets, IP assets, to injunction to put in this sub company which will go for IPO. So this is the kind of scenario. Okay. So the last one scenario is we call split ownership structure. Split ownership structure means the parent company own all the IP assets, but the central company does not manage daily manage the IP assets. It daily managed by subsidiaries. Maybe you can ask what's the context in this scenario. It's sometimes like joint venture. I will mention that later. It will happen. Okay, I will explain to you why. Okay. Okay. You see that also there's some facts, when you determine IP ownership structure. Okay, one is that need for listing compliance. Okay, just I mentioned, if the core IP assets of a subsidiary held in the parent companies, it will affect assets integrity independence required by the listed company. This kind of the fact you have to consider, because okay, if you put the IP assets in the parent company, okay, it's sometimes it's not compliant. It not comply the IPO, for the companies. It means they would like to the IP. If you own the IP, you should put the IP, create the IP. You should own the IP. This is one of the criteria when you go for IPO. Okay, so this is considered. You have to the fact you have to consider. Second fact, you need to relative the part transactions. Okay, it means that in the when group companies companies would like to transfer to manage the revenue very well. So for example, company A, they need more revenue this year. but in fact, okay, they have not too much sales from the market. In this case, they can transfer some assets, IP assets, to company B to get revenue. Why it can work? Because for example, the company A lacks of 5 million profits this year for some reasons. Okay, and but according to the criteria, according to the KPI in the company, the target, they need this 5 million profit. So one of the solutions they can do is that they can transfer their some patents to company B to say, okay, this one patent is valued 6 million, because for the IP, it's not you have no market price. Sometimes it's not easier to get a market price for how much the patent it is. Okay, so this is the way that company get to improve the revenue quickly through the transfer the patents IP. Okay, the third concept is that the need of continuous control. Okay, this is the case I mentioned in the IP ownership structure as scenario 6. Okay, that particularly in joint venture. Okay, joint venture. The foreign usually in joint venture, foreign partners usually invest the patents, invest the technology, and the local company like China, they invest the land, the market, and the cash in the joint venture. Okay, but how the foreign company can continue control the joint venture? So they can control the IP assets as a strategic arrangement. So if they they hold the IP in the hand, they can continue to control the joint ventures. Okay, if the IP is the key technology for the joint venture. Okay, so this is the number three facts you can consider. Number 4 is the need of business transaction. Okay, for the sub companies. Okay, just I mentioned. Okay, some sub company have to go for a bidding. Okay, but according to the bidding requirements, for example, in a lot of country China bidding, for example, for the side box, business in China. The China Mobile is one of the biggest purchase buyers. So every year they will release the bid to more than 10 suppliers to bid. Okay, because China Mobile is really the biggest, one of the biggest customer to this 10 side box suppliers. So they paid a lot of efforts to this bid every year. Okay, every year. Do you know the side box? Side box is that very used in the household and in some shops. Okay, like particularly in the household, you use the side box, OTT box we call, to receive the internet contents, right? Like a Xiaomi side box, OTT box. Okay, so this is a very big market. You can purchase side box from the network, from the internet, but most of the side box, particularly for the IPTV, produced supplied by the operators like China Mobile, China Telecom. So each year they will release the big bid to the top 10 Chinese top 10 global OTT and IPTV suppliers. And but one of the key criteria in the bid is that you need they would like the bidder to own their own patents themselves for the technology, rather than just produce a producer. Okay, it means that they need to have the it means they would like a high-tech company to attend the bidding. Okay, so what I mean here is that it means this will so in this case you have to consider that you have to own the IP, not let your mother company own the IP. Otherwise, it will make your business impact very well. Okay. Okay. So for the trademarks, as we know, like some shopping mall and e-commerce platform, they also need the suppliers to with their own brands. Okay, not some famous e-commerce platform. We know that they need some high-end e-commerce platform. They need the companies, the suppliers with own brands. Okay, so it means that when you apply to join some high-end e-commerce platform, you have to provide the certificates. Okay, you granted from you registered in the already registered brand. Okay, trademark. Okay, this is the facts you have to consider. Okay, another one consider you need for tax planning. What it means tax planning is that for some companies, some subsidiaries based in US or based in some low tax countries, so you can consider to put IP in this company, because if you consider to need to commercialize the IP, so you can pay the lower tax. So this is also the consider. In fact, you consider where you put your IP assets. I mean, which company own the IP? In fact, okay. Another way is the need for investment. Okay, if you use some company to invest in some industry with the IP, so it's better so you have to let this invest company to hold IP, right? The next factor is the need of the accreditation. Okay, because we know that for example, in China, for high-tech specific enterprise need to call IP rights for their main products and service. You can get high scores when you apply for the we call high-tech companies. Okay, to this honor, and then you can get tax benefits, something like that. Yeah, that's what you say. We need to adapt to the policies. Okay, because a lot of companies would like to, because in China they have a lot of subsidies, relate to the high-tech companies. It means the criteria. One of the criteria of the high-tech company is that how many patents you have. You own the patents. So if you consider to apply for this kind of subsidies, you have to talk with your mother company or your brother and sister company to talk with them in advance. Okay, let the patents, you own these patents, rather than headquarters or other brother and sister companies to own the patents. Okay. So next, I want to share with for the IP the cost management. Cost is also the quite a big topic. Yeah, when we manage the IP. For cost, because a lot of when I talk a lot of the IP head of firms, they always told me how Tony, it's very difficult to talk with my top management to prosecute more and more patents, because if we prosecute more patents, we have to pay a lot of maintenance fee, right? To pay the annual fee, So this is a lot of cost, okay? And the cost of the maintain when patents, the annual fee is rise up every year, So this is the kind of the cost to burdens when firms, So at the IP head of a company, you have to, consider the cost and measure the cost for the IP, okay? So here I will give you some solutions how to measure the cost of IP. First way is that, okay, at the beginning, when you decide to protect one, IP assets, okay, particularly when you decide to protect the one technologies, innovations, okay, you have to consider which IP solutions I have to use. This is quite important because we have with not only patent, okay, solution, we have other solutions like trade secret, okay. So because as we know, trade secret protection is cheaper than patent protection. You don't need to prosecution go through the prosecution process. You don't need to pay annual fee, right? But of course, for trade protection, they also have the trade protection issues. Okay, but for the cost issues, from the cost prospects, trade secret protection, the solution is cheaper than the patent protection solution. Okay, for the software, definitely copyright protection is used, and for the copyright, if you create it, okay. You have this right? But sometimes it's better to also to register, okay. Register is not for the right, but for help you to protect, when you have litigations, okay. This is one of the evidence to be helpful for your litigations. So these kind of solutions, okay. Another cost you can reduce is that reduce the cost in R&D cost. When you decide that to protect one technology, you can consider, okay. You can consider to develop yourself, invest R&D yourself, or cooperative development, or you can purchase the patents from others. This is we have some experience and have done some research work. Okay, and sometimes IP transaction is more cost effective than independent research and development. Okay. Currently, if you study Chinese, patent, market, you can see currently a lot of Chinese companies, spend a lot of money to purchase patent, like Xiaomi, Oppo. Every year they spend a lot of money to purchase patents. Okay. I think there are some reasons behind. One is that it's quick, efficient. It's quick that they get the patents. For this reason, not related to the cost, but another is that cost, because if in the market, if you purchase patent in the right time, in right scenario, in right situation, you can get quite a good price. Pay for the patents. Okay, this will save a lot of cost for you if you research independent, develop yourself. And another is that try to understand and enjoy the government's R&D subsidy policy. In China, because China government pay more and more attention on the innovation. So I think that if we have the friends here, from China, we know that China companies, have a lot of subsidy for the company who have the high tech innovations. I mean if you invest a lot of R&D and you get some high value patents, you will get a lot of subsidy from the governments to offset your R&D cost in investment. Okay, so this is the solutions. Another is that number 3, how to control cost is control the number of IP applications and apply on demand. It means that some companies because they have the not too much strong IP management team, So in China, I find some companies, the IP team, have not too much, work closely with the R&D team. So the R&D team that continues to get a lot of innovations and a lot of applications to prosecution to patent applications. They ask for a lot of patent applications. But whether this IP application, patent application prosecution is a country is very is deserved to apply, it's a question mark. Okay. They just want to apply more and more patents. And actually, this is not good. Okay. So this is why the IP team is quite important in the companies. Okay. Because they have to make the clear visions for the firms IP strategies. And they have to identify and work with the top management. So what's our core technology trends, direction? So if we have a certain budget and we have to spend the budgets only on the core technologies, then so it means our IP prosecution should be related to these core technologies and put it to priority number 1. Okay. With a certain budget. Okay, so as the IP, if you have the chance to be the IP leader, you have to consider these facts when you do cost management. Okay, and another one is the cost management solution is that reduce application fee. Application fee. In China, there are some policies. Okay. To reduce or defer the payment of relevant application fee. Here, you need to make full use of this kind of policy. Okay. Okay. So for cost management, another solution you can use is for defensive for the related to trademarks. Regarding of the trademarks, but particularly for the famous trademarks, we know that a lot of companies would like to use what we call it defensive trademarks. Okay, and defensive trademarks, except for the core trademarks, okay, the major trademarks, in order to other companies to infringe it, to register similar trademarks, on the different categories of the goods and the service. A lot of companies would like to register a lot of bunches of defensive trademarks, and but we know that this is also cost money, right? So. Whether we need to, it's not good to register as more and more defensive trademarks, sometimes not necessary, because according to trademark laws, you can well arrange the to register defensive trademarks, as least as possible if it can meet the targets, meet your targets to protect your trademarks, your main trademarks. Okay, so you'll be careful to design to make the strategies. How many defensive trademarks I have to apply? I have to actually register. Okay, so this is also related to cost. And another one is a periodic, elimination of certain IP rights. This is really, every year, I suggest you every year you have to clean up, okay, to review your IP assets in your pockets, okay, in your firms, and if some IP assets is not quite important, or you think it's not deserved to maintain anymore, I suggest you can write off or give up by not paying the annual patent fees. Okay, for example, for patents, we think the patent the technology is almost out of the technology, is almost out, and you think your direction, or company direction is far away from the patents you prosecuted 10 years before, for example. So I think you can consider giving up by not paying the annual fee anymore, okay, to save your cost. Okay, another solution to control cost is IP rights protection. Okay, if you work in a company, you have this kind of experience. One of the biggest cost of the IP team is the litigation cost. Okay, no matter you sue the infringers, or if you are sued by the IP owners, patent owners, for example. Okay. So whatever you have to take care to manage your this IP protection solutions very well. I think if you decide to if you find some companies infringe your IP, you can consider not only the judicial proceedings solutions, you can also sometimes consider administrative solution, investigation, and punishment. But this is very simple and fast and cost effective. Okay, so you can consider this. If you select the judicial proceedings, okay, you should also before the litigation, you have to discuss with the experts to think about which approach for the litigation. This is very, really quite important. I would like you to take it in your mind, not just to put the case, align the case to a law firm. I think most of our companies do like that. I think this is totally wrong. Okay, so your IP team should be very experienced on the IP, okay, IP knowledge, and including litigations. You should choose the strategy solution yourself, the litigation strategy yourself, rather just hand over to the law firm, because you know the business, you know the technology, you know the competition situation most very well, right? So I suggest you can, before hand over the case to the law firm, you can talk with the experts in this industry, including the IP professors. Okay, let them to give you the ideas, advice, how to approach and make the strategy, together. then you will hand over the law firm to help you to hands-on to go through the proceedings. Of course, you can also discuss the strategy with them also. Okay, but you should have ideas yourself at first. After you're talking with the professors, experts in the industry, this will really, really save your money. If you go through the wrong directions for litigation, you will lose a lot of money because you will spend a lot of time on the evidence, on this, fighting each other, and a long time for the litigations. This really costs money. Okay, so I hope you can take it in your mind. Okay, for the patent layout management. Okay, for the patent layout management, I would like you careful planning and overall arrangement for the patent applications and the strategy patent deployment. But patent layout management is quite important. Okay, you have to based on the quality and the patent, you have to dig up and analyze patent portfolios, existing patent portfolios. Okay, then you can talk with your top management and R&D team to make the direction. Okay, the innovation and to how to protect and creative some patents to protect the innovations, operations, and compete in the market. Okay, to protect yourself and their customers. So patent layout management is quite important. Okay, and this is trademark layout management. What I said, okay, strategic design reserve trademark and signing a planned manner. What it means that, when you are the leader of a firm, IP leader firm, so you not to register up trademark case by case. When you register trademark, you have the whole pictures, okay, the strategy with your top management. Then you will see what's our major trademarks, what's our defensive trademarks, what's our other, so you have the whole strategy before you register. Okay, so this will best way to design and protect your company's goodwill. Okay, and of course, I mentioned, when you have the strategy, you can also use the defensive, manners to register the patents. Okay. Yeah. Next, I give you examples. Okay. You can see this is the famous trademarks layout. Okay. I think most of the Chinese audience here, knows this brand. Okay. Lao Gamma. Okay. This is famous, Chinese chili sauce, brand. Okay, and this is a very famous company, in China, and their product, the chili sauce, sells in China, and also my understanding also go abroad in the world. Okay, and you can see that, you ought to avoid the similar trademarks and layout. Long company, they through the classification of the different goods and service categories and similar trademarks. Okay, a company trademark layout network extensively distributed in operation market and the potential market informed. So it means they not only consider current market, they also potential market. And so they use they just avoid the cross applications of different goods and services covered by the other companies. Okay, so you can see, the red side, this is their products. Okay, in the middle, okay, this is their main trademarks called Lokama. Okay, and you can see the blue ones. It's like they also register a lot of the defensive trademarks. Okay, to increase the barrier of the infringement of the main the main trade mix. Okay, just like us, the Asian, castle protected by the rivers. Okay, a circle of the defensive trade mix. Okay. Next topic I want to discuss with you, share with you the trade secret management. As I mentioned in the beginning of the lecture, if you have the chance to be the head of the IP, in the firm, please, remember that the trade secrets management is really, really important. Then sometimes, okay, from my point of view, then the patent management. Of course, patent management is quite important. Okay, very important because for the technology protection, patent protection is just a small portion of the patent total technology protection. Most of technology protected by the trade secret in the firm. This is a fact. Okay, we can, if we use the ice mountain in the sea, patent protection, is just like the corner, above the sea, and most of the ice is under the sea, just like trade secrets. Okay, so first question is how to choose. We use the patent protection or trade secret protections. Okay, give you the 3 criteria. One is that, whether the technology is easy to protect or reverse engineering. It means whether technology is easy to reverse engineer. If this technology is not easy to reverse engineer, you can use the trade secret to protect. Okay. Second one, whether the technology is update iteration cycle is short. It's okay. If the technology the cycle is very short, it's better to use the trade secret because we know for the patents when you get granted, it will take maybe three to 4 years. In China now it's faster, but I think 3 years maybe still needed. Like in the US it's much longer. In Europe same. So you can decide yourself. And the third criteria is what's the position of technology in the firm. It means if the technology in the firm is really, really core, and you want to use the core technology to build up a 100-year firm, it's better to use the trade secret, like a Coca-Cola. You can keep the technology, remain the technology for 100 years. Not like patents, only 20 years protection period. So you can. This is 3 criteria for your reference. When you choose to protect one technology with patent or trade secret. Trade secret. I would like to for trade secret amendment. I would like you to very, very careful and these 3 elements. One is secrecy, one is the value, one is the reasonable protection measures. Because each element relate to your daily trade secret management. Secrecy, I think that if you want to put the technology with the trade secrets solution, you have to identify the technology have the secret points. It means it's not well known by us right now. Second point, value. It means this technology, this secret has the competition advantages in the business, even it's a small advantages. We still can define it has value. Okay. Number 3 is quite important. Okay. A lot of firms, sometimes, are not do very well and lose the trade secret protection, rights. Okay. Here are reasonable protective measures. It means if you think it's a secret, from the judge's view, if you think it's valuable, to protect it's a secret, okay, it's the right. You have to take the measures to protect it. But of course, the protective measures is reasonable enough. Okay, reasonable enough. It means if you do not protect yourself, if you with some measures, how the judge, how the court, how the legal, for the law to protect you, to protect your basic rights. So this is logic behind. So you have to take the reasonable protective measures in the daily management, in the firm. Okay. So what's the daily management of the firm to protect secrets from the company side? Okay, this is your obligation. So you should be take it down and very careful for these points. Otherwise, you will lose the trade secret rights for your technology. Okay. First one, secret points and effective protection measures. This is what I said that you have keep the secret points as not well known by others. So it means you have the evidence to solidify, from the beginning of the generation of technical secrets. Okay, and you can use new technology like blockchain technology. Okay, solidify files, and you can upload the hash values. Okay, it means you have to reserve the records to show the courts that this is your trade secrets. Okay, and you have also pro-investment in research and development. Take effective protection measures. Okay, this is all you have to do. Okay, and the second is the liability, the obligation that all documents involved must be stamped towards confidential, and which will be used evidence by the court. Okay, it means you take the reasonable protective measures. Okay. Okay, this is another application you have to, to manage a secret. You have to pay attention when recruiting employees, okay, to prevent the competitors from sending undercover people. Because currently the business competition is quite fierce, fiercely. Okay, so a lot of companies sometimes use their people to be recruited by their competitors and get some secrets, to take advantage. So as a firm, particularly HR departments, should be very careful to protect the competition, to protect the technology, and keep the confidential, and ask the employers, the new hire, to sign a lot of relative confidential agreements with company. Okay, and here clauses in confidential agreement must be specific to all. For the confidential agreement, when you design confidential agreements, you should be very careful that you cannot broad all the valuable information confidential. It's too wide clause. It's not good to defense in the court. You have very specific which list the confidential points. Okay, not say all the company's information are confidential. It's not good. Okay, so another point is how to handle employees' original residue knowledge. Okay, this is quite a debate okay, in the industry, in the firms, okay. For these points, it means, you have to identify, if the residential knowledge to look for a job, this is reasonable to not offend, okay, invade the trade secret, okay, rules, okay. So, but this is quite difficult, to identify residential knowledge of the new employee. Okay, and I just point out this, and you can keep it in mind, keep it attention. Another company confidentiality application is that don't need some points shared with you. Don't need exposed to unnecessary employees. It means for the trade secret, it not to exposed to unnecessary employees. Okay. And also expose differentiation to the fragment to the employee who should know. Okay, so case by case, So if some employees, know some kind of the levels of the trade secret, you can just let them know, and we can judge, and we can criteria and design, make the rules quite very clearly. Okay. And another behavior is that smash all the drawings with trade secrets to prevent careers from acquiring. Okay, I give you a case. This is a real case. One competitor to hire a cleaner to in another company, and they get this, they talk with the trash, collectors, and make a deal with them, says all the drawings, all the, trash, paper trash, I will buy from you, with the 3 times of the, I think the case is 3 times or 10 times, cost of the from the normal price. So it means that so should be very careful, because they just want get some cheap secrets from these drawings. If you threw the drawings in the trash can, without smashing, it's very dangerous. Okay. Another that pay very attention to the confidential during published speeches. So if your employees, particularly employees, do some published speech in some forum, okay, so should be very careful, for this, confidential information, like some spec, okay, some numbers, okay. So if you release the information in the public speech, you will lose the we call it secrecy, okay. So it means you cannot protect by the trade secret. Okay. So next is that so pay attention when employees leaves. Okay, so when employees leaves, I strongly suggest your HR department to have the formal, and official resignation conversation. Okay, so this also give a chance to do several things. When that to emphasize when he leaves, he cannot to do the to keep still have to take the obligations, liabilities, to keep protect the company's trade secrets. Okay, And another point is that HR team can take advantage to sign the necessary documents they missed before. Okay, so this is quite important. And also, the HR department have to subsequently tracking of the departing employees. Even the employees leaves companies. You have to, particularly for the companies, who has the core, very rely on core technologies. Okay, you have to keep tracking the employees, the next job, opportunity. If he join the companies, okay, with similar job positions, this is quite possibility of this disclosure, the trade secrets of the company. So please remember, okay, not just not only to when this employee left, okay, leaves our company, so we don't need to take care anymore. So it's not right, okay. So you have to keep tracking. A lot of in China, currently a lot of trade secret litigations cases happen. This happens is that like the previous employer sued the employees left the company, and these employees join the competitors, or they set up new companies themselves and compete with their previous employers with because they produce the products with their previous employees trade secrets. Okay, so more and more cases like that currently in China. So tracking of the departing employees is quite important. Okay. Next is the filing boring management. So there is confidential application if someone access the confidential information. Okay, so you have the filing. If some employees access the confidential information, you have to keep the file. Okay, so this will be this is pretty quite evidence, good evidence to show the courts. Okay, that these employees access the trade secrets before. Okay, let's see other side. Employees obligations, confidentiality obligations. As the employees, this also protect yourself, not only protect your employer. Okay, sign confidentiality agreements and non-competition agreements. Okay. Second one is confidentiality applications. Okay, usually confidential applications, the non-competition strict can be 3 years with regional restrictions. Okay, but the confidentiality application can be unlimited. It means 3 years. You are free of all the confidential, obligation. Some confidential can be unlimited. Okay, so and there can be no regional restrictions. Okay, but this is limited. Some limited confidential obligation, not but all the confidential, the agreement you signed with the company and with the employer. And breach of the contract obligations. So as the employer, signed with the confidentiality agreement is quite important. There is a case, and I will share with you. There were new companies, new employees. Okay, join the company, and usually, but this usually because this is quite, a big company. They have the mature trade secret, protection, documents and a policy. So each new hires, new employees, in the orientation, first month orientation, they have to sign. Okay, they signed, this all the IP protection, confidential, agreement with the employee. But unfortunately, this employee was sick, in the first month, so he has no chance to sign the, this kind of IP protection agreement and the confidentiality agreement. Okay, and he left the company and for some reasons, in the resignation, conversation, the HR teams, missed last opportunity to sign the confidential agreement with the employee. Okay, so the employee left. He joined another, competitive companies. So he helped the competitive companies to produce a lot of new products, and some new products definitely with embedded, his former employers' companies' trade secrets. So his former employer sue him and their competitors. So, but the problem is that the company cannot show there's some the evidence, the enough evidence that they take the reasonable right protective measurement. Okay, so it made them very a lot of trouble to proceed in this case. So here I just want to remind you that quite important to measure the secret very well in daily life. If you miss something, it will have some bad consequence. Okay. So next, I want to show you from the strategically to see the importance of the IP assets. Currently, IP assets are the legal assets we call I shared with you, and IP assets are the business assets. For the legal assets, I think a lot of professors and it's already mentioned. For the business assets, I also shared with you that for IP, they can use as the licensing, trading, financialization, okay, to generate profits, okay, and it can commercialize the IP. But not only for these two roles, IP also can play the more and more important roles, okay, because IP, the top manager currently, use the IP as the strategic assets. Okay, so use IP, assets to competition in the market, and to take the monopoly, and attack the competitors. Also use IP to merge, IP try to merge one companies, and acquisition, and also to cross-license and brand building. Okay, so I listed the importance of the IP assets to show that why we need to daily, manage the IP very well. Okay, for importance of IT, currently, for we have some data and the research to show that IP also is quite IP assets are also quite very closely to companies development. Okay, and currently more and more companies increase the dependence of the IP rights of the company. Okay, And currently, we also know that IP is also an important consideration fact for corporate, IPO and financing and corporate innovations. I listed the 6 importance of IP assets just to emphasize that we need more and more pay attention to the IP assets daily management. Okay. Next, I want to share with you, when we mention IP, how to organize IP team. Okay, because if we mention IP, we need a team, right? No. Currently, in the firm, currently, we have several approach to organize IP team. Okay, one is that we organize a team just divided according to the rights, like a patent team, trademark team, copyright team, tracing team. Okay, sometimes we put the patent team one team and trademark and copyright for the one team, and something like that. Okay, the second model of the IP team, is that we structure based on different purpose. Okay, this is quite popular in China. Okay, also in the world. Okay, because currently, for IP team, one purpose is to prosecution. Okay, so currently, one team is we call it an IP, a prosecution team. Okay, usually. Another is that the quite high workload is litigation. So usually, one team is for the litigation, a team we call IP litigation team. Another team usually is for commercialize. For example, licensing. Whether it's licensing in or licensing out, we should keep a professional team to a licensing. So these are quite 3 a normal team in one firm in IP organization. One is the IP litigation team, one is the IP licensing team, and one is the IP, we call it prosecution team. Okay. Another model, the IP team, structure organization model is, we organize the team, through the flow, IP flow, like from the ID design stage, rights application, confirmation stage, implementation, audit, maintenance, IP protection, So some companies, organize IP team like that, but it's not too much. It's not very often. Okay. Another is that I want to share with you about the structure is that from the size of the company. Okay, for the startup company, early stage company, we can use the small team focusing on everything. We don't need to separate the employees in several teams, because for early stage maybe only 2 full-time IP team. So usually this stage, I would like the small team to cover all the IP activities. Okay, so when the company grow up, okay, so then we can. I think the company usually will hire more and more people, and in this case, we can. The most important, I think, we can assign several IP team members on the IP with the patent management, because this is quite important. Because this is really related to your cost of your company, and this is direction help your IT team to direction the innovation and the direction. So it's deserved to assign a team to specify to focus on the patents management. Okay. And then when you go to the third stage, we call it mature phase. Okay, then in this case you can have the IP team model, just like I introduced to you, like you can have the IP litigation team, licensing team, and the management team, something like that. Okay. So next, I want to share with you what's the goal for our IP asset management. This is quite important. Okay. One is that definitely the first one is the entitlement of the intangible IP assets of the enterprise. Okay. So the goal first way is that each innovation we have, the patents, the technologies, the marks, we have to apply for the patents and trademarks and all trademark registration to be protected by the law. Okay, so the number one in the management team is to make sure your IP assets can be protected by IP rights. Okay, so this is number one. Number two, of course, for the copyrights, definitely you have the rights, since you generate, you have the creative it, right? But we can, I said before, we can also stress the protection, and help you litigation from the evidence side to register, register it in some copyright administrative. Okay, and and also you have to also sign some contract, to get copyrights if you co-work with others. Okay, also with others. The goal next, the first is entitlement of the intangible assets. Second one is the protecting business development. So always keep in your mind, if you are the IP head, that the IP is not just for IP. The value of protection, IP protection, is for support business. Okay, so this is a very clear goal. For the patents, okay, to have company to competition in the market. For the core trademarks, it's also okay to protect your company's goodwill. The goal, just I mentioned, the enhance our business competitive, just I said, okay. So particularly, for this, IP assets management, okay, that, for the specific file, for the patents, okay, you can, eliminate homogeneous and excessive competition, through the IP strategy, okay, such as I mentioned, the patent seeking, okay. So your competitors cannot, it's not easier to compete with you in the market, and you can also design around take the design around avoids competitors' patent protection scope through patent analysis. This is quite important. Okay, you can use the design around to work around their patents. Okay, so so this is the specific goals, and another is that realize the value of the IP. So so number one is to entitle your IP to be protected by the IP law. Second, we said to help the business, support the business. Okay. Third is that to particularly for the patents, you can enhance the business competition through the design around patent seeking, right? The number four is also quite important, to commercialize IP. So you can change the IP department as a cost center to the profitable center. This should be very welcome by your company. Okay, I think your company will be very recognize you if you are the leader of the IP. So how to commercialize? So I will introduce you in the patent operation section. Okay, so you can so for the value, you not only commercialize. Okay, first one is commercial, monetize. Second is exchanging the ability. You can exchange your patents with your with other companies. Okay, you can also take monopoly in the market. These three key values. Monetize is the key values. Okay. So next, section 3, I will tell you that I will share with you IP assets operations. Okay. For the IP operations, okay, I mentioned that the 3 categories. One is in IP industrialized, that you use the IP particularly for the patent to make, use, sell, right? The second one is that we call it commercialized. You use the patent for licensing and trading. Okay. The third one we call it financialization. Like here, I put the lot of licensing financial solution, which is like trust, insurance, financing, equity, security, right? So these are the IP operations. Okay, So IP capital investment, IP can be also pledged through pledge. I mentioned that in China, currently IP pledge is very popular in China. But from my point of view, it's quite risky for the bank, for the financial institute to loan the money to IP company, to the company with IP assets. Okay, so I still emphasize that China should be more focusing on the IP commercialized licensing. If you license it can show your IP is stable and more strong, right? And you can also pledge your IP through the royalty fee, to the bank. But usually, as my experience in our company, when licensing contract, it's a 5-year contract. It means in 5 years you can get a cash flow very regularly in 5 years. You can use this cash flow as the pledge in the bank to get the money. Okay, this is quite stable, rather than just use the patent to get a loan from the bank. Okay. Okay. So for the financialization, patents, for the financialization, you also have the we call the ABS. Okay. ABS means with a special purpose vehicle. Okay. Currently, an IP as securitizations, it's quite a complicated financial concept. IP ABS is a special purpose vehicle. Okay. This is a very quite interesting. Give you the model like that. People, for example, I have some famous work like painting. Okay, I want to get money, and get it commercialize my this famous famous I can hand over the painting to a special company, a company. Okay, and the company can use the commitment to the return to the author, okay, of the painting. For example, how much money per year, okay, and how can he get the company to return the money to the authors? The way that like that he used the painting to the investors, like including the individual investors. Okay, And like the stock or trustees, okay, he put the paintings, for example, like 10 million, 1 million pieces trust, and then let the individual investors to buy the trustee. Okay, and when the painting increase, the price increase. Okay, for example, Van Gogh's paintings increase every year, right? The last decades. Okay, then they can, just like security, stock security, they can purchase and sell. Okay, the individual investors. Okay, and this company we call the special purpose vehicle. Okay, so this is like the financial solutions for ABS, IP ABS. Okay, so another way is that we call IP insurance. IP insurance is that companies would like to for particularly for the small company, if they got the infringement they worry about they got infringement when they sell the products in the overseas market, and they have no money people to sue them to be the defendant. So they can buy the insurance at the beginning to the insurance company. So if I get sued, in the European market, you will cover my litigation cost, attorney cost, something like that. Okay, so the next one is IP investment fund. Okay, this is quite developing very fast. Because currently, a lot of investment companies thinks IP is a kind of a good, investing, asset. Okay, so they would like to invest, to one company, on some projects, and of course they will say, okay, if you get the patents, I will own these patents, or we can share we share the profits when we do the licensing out. Something like that. Just like that, they have the investment fund to make money from the IP assets if the company created the patents, get a granted patents and commercialize the patents. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Next, I want to show you I share with the for the operations. I say that. The licensing model is the key, is the important, one of the important approaches in US market. Okay, it's occupied 50% activities in the market. Okay, so I will show you the licensing model. How many licensing models we have in the market currently? And this is the basic rules, basic knowledges. I think you can know that not exclude license, sole licensing and sub-licensing, right? And this is another category we can share. It's a bilateral license. This is very popular these three very popular. Okay, bilateral licensing, cross licensing, and a patent pool and a pool license. Okay, so bilateral licensing, it's very easy to understand. I have the patent, I license to you, and it's bilateral license. Cross licensing, you have patent, I have the patents. We can cross licensing each other. Okay, this two. The third one, patent licensing, is very kind of in the trend. And just like a patent license, for example, one technologies, for 5G, or like there are more than 20 companies have the 5G license. If you may want to make a cell phone, you have to get 20% license. If you want to remove the risk. Okay, so in this case, there we have the patent pool company administrator. They get all the patents from these 20 companies and do one-stop licensing to others. Okay, this we call a patent pool license. It's very popular right now in the world. Okay. So I just give you some tips, when you have a chance to do licensing business. Okay, for the licensing business, please remember some key points. One is the patent scope. Okay, second is the product scope. Second is geographic scope. When you do licensing agreements, okay, you have to be very careful on this. Okay. And another is the rate. Okay. So you will see, for the rate, we can stand rate or can lump sum. The stand rate means you pay the royalty through the per device. Lump sum is that, okay, I give you one time give the royalty that you license me forever. Okay. So this is the two very interesting payment solution. And audit, usually patent licensing agreement, when you sign, be careful, audit the clause. Okay. Okay, the last point I want to share with you today is the patent pool licensing. This is really, really important, for the operation, for the licensing, for the commercialize your patents. Okay. You can see this, patent pool licensing is more popular, currently a lot of, deals, license deals, signed through the patent license, like, last year, Xiaomi, one of the top 5 smartphone companies, signed the license with VIA companies, our company. And this is another patent pool, patent, license agreement. It's Avanci, and Avanci is currently licensing the 2G, 3G, 5G to the automobile company, So this is the pool license deal. This is another Huawei joint, licensing pool. Okay, like 6-way Wi-Fi, 6-way. Okay, and in the right corner, you will see VIA announced another, launch another pool we call MPEG H3D. Okay, so patent pool is more and more popular currently, and I give you a little bit of background of a patent pool. Actually, patent pool is founded in 1856. It's from the machine industry. Then it's developed very fast in the First World War. Okay, because United States want to produce more airplanes, Air Force planes. Okay, but because of the patents, separate in the different companies. They formed the first, formed the airplane patent pool to remove the risk. Okay. Second one is the next way is that I just want to show you that in the U.S. patent pool is very mature in end of the 20th centuries. Okay. And the patent pool currently, the strategic is as a form of the enterprise organization. Patent pool can change the whole competitive situation of the industry in a short period through a certain competition and the collaboration of patents, and bring multiple values to the enterprise. You can see if 20 companies work together to form a patent pool, this will substantially change the competition situation, in the industry immediately, right? So for the patent pool, the model is like that. Okay, you see the left is the patent holders, the right is the licensees, the implementers. In the middle is the implementers, is the administrators. Okay, so you can see, it's the administrator gets all the patents from the patent holders, and then license to licensees, with the one-stop licensing solutions. Okay, so this is the model, and you can see this picture. For the you can see the licensor give the patent to the administrator, then the administrator licensing the patents to the licensees, implementers. Implementers give the royalties to administrator. Administrator give the revenue to the distribute the revenue to the licensors. So right is a commercial. We call it commercialized, right? The left is innovation. So the licensor can only care to innovation. Okay, focus on the innovation. and the administrator, pool administrator can commercialize. So this is perfect, teamwork. So the secrets of the patent pool is here. Okay, there are the core, a lot of core jobs that the patent pool administrators to do, like the licensing, patent, patents, compliance, development, legal, okay, even including litigation, marketing, a lot of things. Let me finally give you the final step. I give you the examples how patent pool works. Okay, let's see the AAC patent pool. AAC is advanced audio coding. Okay, this is one of the most successful licensing pool in the world. Okay, this is audio. When you have when you use the speaker phone, when you use the mobile phone, if you listen to the music, all this device includes AC patents. Okay. Let me show you how the pool the development. First, it's we call it formation. Formation is that the administrator get patents from the license source, the owners. Okay, and the patent pool usually grow up from the small baby, then grow up to mature. Okay, at first you can see AC pool only 4 companies. Okay, original developers includes AT&T, Dolby, from Harvard, German company, Sony, it's a Japanese company. Okay, then they begin to license these patents of these 4 companies. Okay, they get money, revenue share with them. Then other companies say, oh, it's quite good, we can share them a lot of money from this pool. So more and more companies will join the pool. Okay, like you can see, Philips coding technology. You can see this chart. Okay, gradually at the beginning only 46 patents in the pool. Then gradually by in the 2018, it's over 2,000 patents in the pool. Okay. So currently, you can see the pool. There are the 15 license sources in the pool. So you can see the pool. Gathered. The license found globally. Just I show you at the beginning the map. Okay, it's not only from the U.S., also Europe, also the like Samsung and China. Lenovo. All the global companies. So this pool have currently around 1,000 licensees, and cover the 8 industry like a mobile phone, television, TV, and home audio. Okay, game console, automobile, automotive, car, and tablets, and PC software, professional equipment. Okay. So this is the quite successful patent pool licensing pool. So the successful can contribute. One is technology success, one is financial. I mean, you make money. Okay. So why the patent pool is popular and successful currently in the industry? Because it's good for the licensor. It's because for licensor, they don't need to care how to license it. They only care the innovation, and they just give the authorize the patents to the administrators, patent pool administrators. For the licensee, the benefits is that through the patent pool, they can risk the remove IP risk through one-stop shopping. Okay, from the patent pools, rather than to get license from each companies. If they want to make one products, if the products includes 10 companies, 10 license source companies patents, that means they have to get license from the 10 different companies. It's quite a lot of company, right? So and then you have the different languages: Japanese, German, Chinese language, American language, yeah. So patent pool brings them the very convenience, also the cost effective, because this is like we call a bundle sales. So you get the benefits from those sales. For the industry, because the cost is lower, after implement the cost is lower. So it means reflect the products, the cost is lower. Yeah, this is the benefits from the different angles, from the the patent owners, producers, okay, the implementers, and the consumer sides. Yeah. So this chapter shows that if you have the patents, why the not only for the licensor, the patent owner can get revenue from the patent pool. Why the licensor would like to join the patent pool? Another reason is that they can also share the advanced, most advanced technology of the industry in this particular area. Because in the licensor meetings, each new licensor join and they need to submit the patents in the pool, and the other licensors will also discuss the patents. It means they learn technology each other. Okay, and in the pool they can cross licensing. Okay, each other. Okay, last page is take the 3 suggestions I want to share with you today. Okay. Okay. Number 1, if you have the chance to be the manager, IP head of the IP in one firm, okay, the IP assets management and operation is quite important. So I hope if you want to do the job very well, the 3 points is quite important for you. One is that please cultivate high-end professional IP management and operation talents, because at least the talents you hire should have the legal background, because IP it have the legal attitude and also industry experience. You should know the industry so you can show the licensee how valuable a patent is. And thirdly, you have the business experience, because commercialize actually it's the business attitude, right? The commercial, you have the negotiation skill and the international experience. You have to deal with all the people globally. Okay. Second, persistent approaches. It means that I mentioned that license is the basic operation work, and after you solve the licensing activity, then you can go up to financialization activities. It will be a lower risk after you found the basic operation license. Number 3 is that maintain international openness activity, cooperate with well-known companies. As I mentioned, okay, for the licensing, you cannot only play the licensing only in one area, your city, your country. You have to work with the partners globally to commercialize your patents to the global, not only in specific area. If you only licensing or managing your assets in specific area, you have not enough size market. So it means you cannot make your commercialize successful. So just what I encourage you to open your mind and always cooperate with the international cooperate with the other companies in globally. Okay, so this will help ultimately achieve your operational profitability. Okay, that's all the concepts and the key points that I want to share with you today. Thank you very much.